I think it's because I'm backlit right now. The camera's getting angry at me.
Hey, I'm lit too.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, our emails have just been lit up with one question above all, and we just have to get to it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just this is what some of the kids call an emergency pod. We call it a quick shot.
Yep.
We'll see.
We pulled the alarm.
But there's one question that's just been filling up our email box, and it's about a certain pop songstress with an NFL player.
Ooh.
And I'm sure everyone guesses by now that it is Ciara and Russell Wilson. Welcome to 2 Shots and Realty Check Quick Shots. Brought to you by Venmo, Your Money, Your Move, and Liquid Death. Murder your thirst. Now let's quickly get back into it.
Boo. I boo you, sir. I boo you. You've been booed.
Cue the intro. No, of course, we were talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. And yes, I'm saying Taylor Swift's name first because we do honorifics first around here. So if she's the president,
Did you see that joke that's like, it's really nice of her to visit all the stadiums she sold out all year in the off season?
I know. It's like
awesome.
Something like 22 stadiums, and he'll only play in he only has the chance to play in 8.
That is
because they're going to play half of their season at home.
That is a secure man right there.
Totally. All right. So if you're not up to date on all this, Taylor Swift is a singer, songwriter, producer, label owner, publishing magnate, recording artist, touring god.
Still not ringing a bell, man.
Just maybe not ringing a bell. She's tall and blonde, and she's had some past, apparently, with some dating that's been part of her career a little bit. As it is with all songwriters. Travis Kelce is a tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Those pants, absolutely, he's a tight end.
American Football League, NFL, National Football League, which is American football.
For those of you internationally listening.
With 2 O's, that is not football, but football.
Foot. There's two O's in ball. I have no idea what's going on right now.
If you don't know who he is a strapping young man. And by the way, today is Travis Kelce's birthday.
Happy birthday,
it literally
buddy.
is. He is 34 years old. And look at Taylor. She's dating up. She's only 33 right now.
Wow.
Travis Kelce is an interesting person because he's a tight end, and if you don't follow American football, tight ends are not the most famous people in the league.
However,
Rob Gronkowski kind of was. Perhaps the most famous.
Do you think
tight
that
end,
was because of his relationship with Tom Brady, or do you think it was
with Tom Brady and the Super Bowls?
Well, I mean, there's those too, but I think that
and he's a lovable galoot.
He is kind of a big galoot, but I also think that part of it is it's the relationship with between the tight end and the quarterback. Or whatever.
Yeah, but even when there was John Elway had that with Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp wasn't the biggest thing happening.
Shannon the Mouth Sharp.
Yeah, the mouth. What that mouth do?
Oh dear. Oh my.
Go ahead and meme that, y'all.
Apologies.
But Travis Kelce on his own, prior to all this brouhaha, has been blowing up on his own. He's signed to a CAA. He's in a ton of commercials this year, which were shot months and months ago. He does little fashion sort of icon stuff on his Instagram. He hosted Saturday Night Live on his own.
I knew that. Yeah, crazy. That's pretty fucking badass.
Fucking deal.
That's a big deal.
And he's got a great smile. He's got a winning personality.
He's got a lovely mustache right now too.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a whole lot of baggage. I mean, I'm sure you could probably find something back there, but not really, especially for an NFL player.
Yeah.
He just doesn't. And his brother is Jason Kelce, who is the center, which is one of the very big dudes on the offensive line for Philadelphia Eagles. Between the two of them,
they're a delight.
They've both been in multiple Super Bowls. Travis Kelce has won 2.
Yeah.
Jason Kelce won 1 with Philadelphia. So they are a Super Bowl family, and they have a mom, Donna Kelce, who is blowing up as well. She is the mom of both of them, as you might imagine.
Well, there was some question about that in the delivery room, but they did find out that she was definitely the mom.
Yes. Let's just say it all exploded blue.
Yeah, exactly.
But so there we've set it all up, and hopefully you know who all this is by now. So our big questions that keep coming in are along these lines. Is this whole Taylor Swift thing real with Travis Kelce, or is it some sort of a PR press thing? Is it a mastermind thing to get press for them both?
Yeah.
Is it love? Is it real? Is it too much? Should we be talking about it at all? If you've been watching the NFL this year, especially this last game with the Jets.
Yeah.
So it's in New York.
Yeah.
This all started a few weeks ago. Taylor Swift showed up to a Kansas City game and sat in the skybox with Donna Kelce, and everyone was like, oh my God, it's confirmed. I guess they're dating. And she was, gushing like a girlfriend kind of does and cheering it on and drinking and enjoying football and stuff. Yeah. And no one was really sure, okay, was this just sort of a stunt?
Yeah.
Because it started with Travis Kelce shooting his shot. He basically said, he got invited to a Taylor Swift concert. Yeah. He went, was trying to get all the bracelets and wanted to give a bracelet to Taylor. Well, that's not what you do if you've ever been to a Taylor Swift show. And he was like, basically, hey, I saw what you did. I think he saw her at SoFi, which is actually one of the shows that was shot that's part of the Eras Tour movie that's coming out, which if you haven't seen that promo, you're under a rock as well. But basically he shot his shot and said, maybe you should kind of come see what I do in an arena sometime in my stadium.
Shots fired. How you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then she wore a T-shirt that said, "Who is Travis Kelce?" on one of her concerts. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it kind of leaked out that they were quietly hanging out. They weren't dating. They were quietly hanging out.
Yeah.
And then she shows up to this Kansas City home game, and the networks went crazy over it. It was a cutaway shot to her half of the game.
Oh, my God.
Kansas City kicked the shit out of whoever it was. Chicago, I think, is who they played.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
But it did monster numbers. People that never watched football before were like, I need to look into this football. I'm watching the football game.
I think my friend told me that female viewership is up by 53%. It's something like
so
that.
Much.
It's nuts. Yeah.
Like the jersey sales like 400%.
Wow.
The last night's the other night's game with the Jets was the most watched show on television.
Holy shit buckets.
So like before, the first thing was like, oh, that was the most watched ESPN game of the night that ESPN shows games of the night of that week. They were able to make it go.
Yeah.
But that Jets game, she shows up in the booth with Ryan Reynolds, his wife Blake Lively, and dude that plays Wolverine,
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh
Jackman. Yeah.
single,
Freshly
as
single,
well as
I believe.
The producer Dan Levy, I believe, of Deadpool.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Wow.
Well, I think what a lot of us. So let's just jump into some things here. Let's just get into it, man. Here's part of what I think is so funny is that I think a lot of what that was is that part of that was a promotion thing because I think Taylor Swift is in Deadpool.
You think so?
I think she's Dazzler.
I would
and I think
that.
A whole lot of people have just missed that whole thing. Not the Swifties, they get it. But I think some of the comic people are like, oh, wait a minute. Well, is there a character? Why is she in there with Deadpool?
Yeah.
Now, she's best friends. She's very good friends with Blake Lively and therefore Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
But the fact that Hugh Jackman was there, and by the way, Hugh Jackman going through a huge divorce.
Yeah. Yeah.
With multiple children.
Yeah.
And the fact that the producer, director kind of guy from, that he was there, that's more of a Deadpool thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people didn't really put that together.
I mean, I'm curious
because that
now.
movie is in production forever. Yeah. God knows when it's going to come out.
Yeah.
But there is a character called Dazzler in the Deadpool universe. That she has been associated with. I would not be surprised if that's part of it, of course. As everyone knows, she made a very, very big impression in the huge hit that was Cats. All right, Swifties, don't come after me. I love Taylor Swift as much as anyone. I do. I have bona fides. I'm back in Reputation. I'm back in Blank Spaces. I know all about 1989. I am all about Taylor's versions. All of that. Do not come at me. We all agree that sucked.
Yeah.
I'm happy she did it. Yeah. Got to play a cat for a while and do all that.
Get it out there. Try it out. See what happens.
But honestly, it totally sucked.
Take a fucking chance. It's okay.
Who was it? Wasn't Helen Mirren? It was Dame Judi Dench was also in that.
Dear.
And so, I know it sullied her career.
Oh dear.
She got astray.
Yeah, she went from M to that. My God.
Exactly.
I would love it if she's in Deadpool.
So, what do you think? Do you think this is real? Do you think we should even be talking about it?
No, I think it's been talked to death. But I also, we've gotten so many requests about it. We should absolutely discuss it. But I believe. Who gives a shit if they're dating or not? The thing that's, fucking somebody from the NFL gave her, here's $150,000. Show up to a couple of games and let's watch the viewership explode because she's hot shit right now. And if it's a marketing campaign, it's fucking brilliant, and I'm here for it, and I love that piece of it. But if they're happy and they're dating and they like to get handsy with each other, fuck yeah, that's great too. I don't care. Yeah, I really don't. I just, but the what's the word I'm going to look for? I'm going to just hunt around in my brain for the appropriate terminology. It's a little voyeuristic for my tastes. Yeah.
Gossipy?
Gossipy, yeah. Because, I like watching the sports ball games. I'm not as avid a sports person as you are. I like to have it on Sundays when I'm, fucking cleaning the house, and it's on in the background. I'll turn on oh, look, the Broncos are terrible still. And although they did win a game just recently.
Ouch.
They are not good. I'm sorry.
Barely against those Bears.
Yeah, but all of the celebrity gossip watching, paparazzi exploding bullshit, I don't care about it. I really don't. But the only
that's
thing I care
why I think it's okay.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I think it's okay, because sports really. I think Charlotte Wilder made this point just recently on a sports thing. I do. I like Le Batard's show. Yeah. I consume sports media.
Yeah.
Football is my favorite sport.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think a lot of women have made this point that sports. Football, basketball, hockey, that sort of thing, is celebrity gossip for men.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Because we're really, the whole week, you're talking about celebrities who play a game. A lot of the wall-to-wall 24/7 sports coverage, you can only talk about the 7 plays that a guy made, so many times. Yeah. And so this is how you get into Marshawn Lynch liking Skittles.
Yeah.
Or this is how you get into Tom Brady's marriage.
Oh, yeah.
And him getting a divorce and moving. And does he have the kids? And does Giselle want to live in Florida?
Yeah.
And this has been this way since probably Joe Namath and the fur coat.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And, we like our sports stars. People, deify them.
Yeah.
And then, like a famous Bronco quarterback, then you end up at a strip club with them getting Jell-O shots at 2:00 on a Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't know.
And and everything becomes a little clear. Oh, they're a person.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, they have to use their celebrity a lot of times for charity.
Yeah.
Then they also, they have other. Wants in life. They want to, the life of a sports star is not forever.
Yeah.
And so you're going to have a post-career.
Yeah.
So you got to have a little bit of Q rating. You got to have a little bit of public awareness. And currently the quarterback for the Denver Broncos, we mentioned him before, Russell Wilson, is cringy as fuck.
Yeah.
And everyone knows it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's trying to sell, Subway sandwiches and...
Would you like this $5 foot long?
Oh, the Danger Witch. What? Get the fuck. Oh, my God. Let's ride. Anyway. And so, it is kind of guy gossip when you talk about sports. Yeah. And so I think it's fair game.
Yeah.
Okay. So do I think it's a promotional campaign? Not really. I don't.
Yeah.
The NFL can't get a whole lot bigger.
Yeah. That's fair.
Mark Cuban called the end of the NFL about 3 years ago. He said it's peaked. It's not going to grow anymore.
Wow.
It may be the only call he's missed.
Yeah.
Other than a few Shark Tanks.
Yeah.
And maybe some Bitcoin. But like other than that, he's been right about everything. But it's like, do not bet against the NFL.
Yeah.
It is just a money-making machine. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And it doesn't seem like someone can almost die on the field.
Oh, no.
And the next week, we're like, I hope he's all right. Who's playing on Monday night?
Oh, no.
You know, I mean,
yeah.
We move right on. It's crazy that it is gladiator stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not just me. I know many people who, I played football too, but I know a lot of people who've been around football for their entire life.
Yeah.
And it's a love-hate relationship. It's kind of like people that like boxing.
Yeah.
You get to the point where you're like, God, I don't know if this is good for humans to do.
Yeah.
But I can't quit you. I can't quit it.
Yeah.
I can't quit it.
Yeah.
So I think it's totally fair game. I don't look. If anyone needed it, it's the NFL. It's not Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I mean, she's bigger than the Jesus the Beatles talked about. She is literally bigger than the Beatles.
Yeah.
Like in numbers and all the rest of it. And so
don't at me, Maca fans.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, go
McCartney
ahead.
McCartney fans. That sounded a little too close to something I don't want to talk about.
I'll email you back at AOL. Don't worry.
My GeoCities site is still live.
Totally.
Yeah.
And full disclosure, I'm a huge Swiftie.
Yeah. Me too.
But also from a music business standpoint.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That woman is fucking dangerous.
Oh yeah.
And it is so sad that people don't actually see the full thing. She has changed the music industry as far as re-records, taking back your masters and doing your re-records and like being able to make that money back.
Yeah.
Like the it's so funny. There's people in our little music groups when we talk, they're like, yeah, I just, her music is not for me. I mean, I understand she's a pop star and all the rest, but I don't understand the music side of it. And I like to point out to them that she's released more songs than most of them have ever written.
Yeah.
And most of those songs are hits.
Yeah.
In different genres, from country to pop to dance to now everything.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I know that it's fashionable for some people to hate her and
I don't get it.
Like, God, how could you? Like, she's an instrumentalist. She plays guitar. She plays piano. She's a singer. She's a recording artist. She's a songwriter. Like, it's all of those things. We could gush all day about her. But the point is like, she doesn't have that much more to prove.
No, not at all.
And she treats her people well.
And she's under 35. Too. Like she's already fucking done everything you can possibly do in this industry and is continuing to push boundaries. The re-recording of her masters, like to take it back. And I went down the publishing rabbit hole on that a couple days ago. I was talking to somebody and just like the writers are all the same, but it's just a new registered version of that with a different, code to it, and it's just like she's taking it all back. I'm like, fuck yeah, I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah. The deals that she's done with Universal. But,
yeah.
So now let's get into some gossip.
Oh.
What if they break up? From a publishing standpoint, bring it on.
Yeah.
Like that's,
she's going to write some great songs.
That's going to be a pretty awesome album. That's going to be Red Number 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be so good because, and I think Travis Kelce can handle it. It depends on how heated up they get.
Yeah.
Remember, her last relationship was Joe Alwyn or whatever for, I think, 6 years or something like that.
Yeah.
She was in a very long-term relationship. However, through the pandemic, and they were not very public.
Yeah.
And she has sort of found her public self now.
Yeah.
After being very public with boyfriends before.
Yeah.
And look, you do whatever the hell you want as a woman. I am not here to judge that. What I'm saying, though, is the flip side of this. What if this is the one?
Ooh.
Or at least for a while.
Yeah.
Like at least for 10 years, 20 years.
Yeah.
What if Taylor Swift wants to have kids? I don't think she does. I actually don't think she does. I think she's mentioned in interviews, like, you would never ask a man that who was getting near 30 and going, well, what about kids? Is that going to get in the way of your career? That kind of thing. But I think about it this way. I don't think a lot of people know this, but Travis Kelce is in the second or third year of his deal. He has 2 years left on his deal in Kansas City. He's 33 or no, 34, as I said. You're not going to play football for more than he's probably not going to go past 35.
Yeah.
Rob Gronkowski is younger and retired.
Yeah.
By the way.
Wow.
Travis Kelce is already in the Hall of Fame. Probably he's got some of the highest receiving yards as a tight end. 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And so he could very well do one more year. If the Kansas City Chiefs go to the Super Bowl this year and win again, he could pull a John Elway and just be like, I'm out.
Yeah, laters.
I got my head. I got my knees. I'm good.
Yeah.
He's got money.
Yeah.
And so this won't go on forever. This whole Taylor Swift being around the NFL and Travis Kelce, being on the Chiefs. This is not going to be a forever thing.
Yeah.
We're kind of prisoners of the moment.
Yeah.
But what if Travis Kelce kind of becomes Jay-Z to Beyonce here?
Ooh.
And I'm going to fall in the background, babe.
Yeah.
It's your world.
Yeah.
I'll show up to your shows with my friends.
Yeah.
But it's all about you. I'll go on tour with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't have to prove anything either.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. That's really cool.
And that could very well happen. Here's a wrinkle.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for the people who are following this along, I'm going to give you a little bit of gossip. All right?
Yeah.
Taylor Swift has touring to do on Eras. So, U.S. is done until next year. She's going to be doing next year in the summer or the fall or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But she's going back out on the road to South America in the early part of November, Buenos Aires. So, she'll be in South America in all of November, all the way through Thanksgiving. She'll be spending her whole time down there in Rio, Sao Paulo, Buenos Aires, all that. Then she is not touring in December and January, and that is when the end of the NFL season stops, and in January when the playoffs are.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, this whole thing of when she's going to be coming to games will end in October.
Yeah.
By the end of October, we'll see whether or not she's even showing up at games.
Yeah.
So, be aware of that, just like that's going to go away in November. It may come back in December, and we'll see. However, then in the playoffs, she will be kind of off tour.
Oh, yeah.
However, if the Kansas City Chiefs somehow make it back to the Super Bowl, and there's a very good chance they could. They got to go through Buffalo.
Yeah.
Miami Dolphins are pretty good on the AFC side. But if they make it back into the Super Bowl is on February 11th in the United States in Las Vegas. Taylor Swift is doing a Tokyo swing February 7th through the 10th. It will be nearly impossible for her to fly back for the Super Bowl to see her boyfriend if he's playing in the Super Bowl.
Well,
although, maybe.
Crazier things have been done, my friend.
Because it's February 10th to February 11th.
Yeah.
But just file that away, just a little file away. If it comes up, just something to look forward to. If you're into all this shit.
Well, here's the thing: is I'm listening to. I've heard everything you say, and I am not into all this shit. And it's that, and it's not because I don't care. I mean, I just want if they're
speak on it. Be on that side.
If they fucking love and hang out with each other, and I just be happy and enjoy yourself and. Beyond that, I don't care because I think there's other things that I care about, and that's okay. And it's just, I don't care. I like.
All right, I'm trying to think about how I could personalize it for you, like who your people are, like who you're a fan of.
Okay.
Let's say, well, that's not a good example because he's older. But I was trying to think of like if Brian May started dating. Some soccer star.
Yeah, don't care. So let's find the art and the music and all that stuff. And if they're happy, that's enough for me. And beyond that, it's I don't want to get into any of the gossip and all the bullshit. But it's that's my personal choice. Some people fucking love it, and I'm okay with that too. It's whatever brings you joy.
We're not talking about them being at home watching Netflix. We are talking about showing up to a nationally televised game in front of 20 million people, in front of a crowd of 90,000 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like it is a little bit different. We're not just talking about people that were like paparazzi, like caught going out to dinner, and now we're talking about it. It's like they are out in the open.
They are out in public, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with any of it. It's just I don't care.
All right. Well, this is a worthless podcast.
Well, it's a giant pile of worthless shit.
All right. Well, I don't think it's fake.
I don't think it's fake either.
I do think they like each other.
Although it'd be kind of entertaining if we find out
mom,
it is.
Like the mom, when the mom gets involved, there's no PR involved when the mom's involved. Although she's got her own deal going with State Farm.
Fuck
she
yeah,
was
I love
seen
it.
with Jake from. Do you care about that, you motherfucker? Donna was sitting with Jake from State Farm.
You motherfucker.
No one's talking about Donna.
I love it.
Cheating on her husband with Jake from State Farm.
Yeah.
But we should.
Yeah,
I hope they're happy. I don't care.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm? Fucking khakis.
Khakis.
All right.
Find love where you can.
Yep, that's what I say. Give a hug to somebody you care about.
I just hope we get good music out of it. That's all I care about, really.
And I believe we will. What would it be like to have Taylor Swift write some music about being happy in a relationship?
She has.
I know, but a full album of it?
No.
Exactly. Yeah. This is the
But
Bliss
honestly,
album.
no one wants that, right? No one, like
nobody wants that happiness.
Either.
Nobody cares about your joy. Fuck off.
Think of any album. Is there any album that's all happy love songs?
I think the last 3 John Mayer
probably
records.
Probably a Paul McCartney one. There's probably one there.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
And it was probably panned.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Half of the wing stuff.
Yeah, we don't care when you're happy, dude. Get back to being angry at John.
Well, it's just like, you know, it's again, this is where music comes into like how it works in your life.
Yeah.
You're not listening to music on your own to get emotionally fulfilled. If you are in very much love with somebody in a relationship because you're hanging out with them doing all of that stuff, you end up listening to sad songs because you're brooding in your room with a sad heart because you're not out with the person that you love and it's unrequited and like that's when it hits you because you're in a oh my God, did he just say that?
You're gonna have to cut that. That's way too dark for this. You know, or bleep it and make everybody go, "What did he just say?"
Oh no! Like, I know. What did he just say?
He's in a convent with a bunch of nuns. You know?
He's in a bathtub with a nun. What? I don't understand what
There's
that is.
There's no nuns. None nuns in this tub.
All right. So anyway, write great songs, be in love with each other.
Yeah.
Find it where you can and be happy.
Love you.
Love you. Bye. And that is a quick shot from 2 Shots and a royalty check. Hey, check us out, 2ShotsMusicPod.com or at 2ShotsMusicPod anywhere you follow things. Email us, 2ShotsMusicPod@gmail.com and let us know if you want more of these. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you later.